Hello, it's Reija, and welcome to another Top 5 Wednesday. This week's topic is a joint topic with the BookTube SFF Awards, and it is our favorite science fiction and fantasy book on our TBR list. And I have quite a few, so let's just jump right in. First up on my TBR is A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms by George R.R. Martin. This is a prequel to the Song of Ice and Fire series. It tells the story of a young boy called Egg, who is in line for the throne, but very, very far down the hierarchy, and his escapades and adventures with a hedge knight called Duncan the Tall. And I've been meaning to read this ever since it came out, actually. I bought it immediately when it was published and then never got around to doing it. And it was on my TBR for the winter and I didn't read it. So it's still on my TBR and I will try and get to it eventually, hopefully sooner rather than later. Next up is His Dark Materials trilogy by Philip Pullman. Now, this series sounds like it's right up my alley. It explores themes of religion and intellectuality and secular thought, which are things that I'm very interested in. And it is a marvelous fantasy series with many interesting characters who have spirit animal companions, which sounds rad. And my close friends have recommended this series to me many times, and now people on BookTube like Book Cravings and Sylvia K have recommended it to me, and I just really need to get right on the train and start reading these books, hopefully soon. Next up is The Republic of Thieves by Scott Lynch. This is the third installment of the Gentleman Bastard sequence series, which is a series that includes the lives of Locke Lamora. And I absolutely love this series. I have read the first two books many times. And for some reason, even though I've also had this book ever since it was published, I have not gotten around to reading it. I did start it, but then things came up and I didn't finish it. So, need to get on that, hopefully soon. Fourth up is The Tempering of Men by Sarah Monette and Elizabeth Bear. This is the second installment of the Iskrin trilogy, with A Companion to Wolves being the first one. And I just really want to continue with this series. I read A Companion to Wolves last year, even though I've owned it so long. And I lent it out to friends and they read it before me, even though I owned that book. But I had so much books to catch up with, so I didn't really manage to read it until last year, and I absolutely loved it. It was wonderful, and I hope the sequel is as wonderful as the first book. And last up on my list is The Quantum Thief by Hannu Rajaniemi. Now, many of my friends have recommended it to me and said it is a brilliant sci-fi series, and I just want to read it because it's by a Finnish author. You don't often see Finnish authors diving outside of the normal Finnish genre conventions like historical fiction and such. So a Finnish writer who writes science fiction is great. So I'm definitely trying to pick up Hannu Rajaniemi's books this year. And those were my picks for this week's Top 5 Wednesday. If you liked this video, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!